Good morning, good morning. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to get some music. Let's see here. Some music real fast. Hopefully this isn't going to be too loud. Find out. Ooh, it is. Brace yourself right now. Let's find out.
This is it.
Oh, it doesn't seem too bad. Not going to be the right account. Other account. For that one. There we go. So good morning, good morning. Yeah. There we go. Hopefully that's not too loud. All right. So we had PPI data this morning. I haven't actually started charting yet, but let's get that going. Took a lot of good, great trades yesterday. We had the market's open already. Huge range day yesterday, and we were able to capture a lot of movement here. So let's see here. We're just gonna look at pre-market highs, pre-market lows, which is gonna be very tight. So we have, I believe this is the New York time. I'm gonna make sure of that real quick. Here we go. And we're already cracking the lows here, but today I'm expecting maybe a little bit of a retracement and then more consolidation. All right, see what happened there. I didn't see how it came in expected. Let's see here. I don't know if that's actually better or worse. I'm assuming green is better. All right. That reset my charts. Okay. All right, let's try this again. That's the 15-minute. We're gonna go down to the 1 minute. All right. I made too much money on this account yesterday on accident. I thought I was trading my practice account when I was at work, and I was trading my real account. And I ended up trading with 20 to 50 times the normal size. So instead of that $1,000 that we made, or I should say me and the strategy made, I ended up making 2,201, which was lame because I actually made 6,000, and I had to forcefully lose it so that I could pass this combine. Oh, this is just annoying. Not being able to. That is just annoying. I'm not gonna switch pages again for a minute. I'm gonna deal with that this morning. First break of the morning, and yeah, let's get our 5-minute going here. So that was an anomaly. Getting a 92% accuracy over many trades. I did it back testing it. The worst day I had so far trading pure 1 minute was I think what was it? I think it was the 29th of last month of what are we in? September, August. So 29th of September. Sorry, August. And that was it was really choppy that day. extremely choppy that day. Couldn't believe how choppy it was that day. So I don't really, I don't necessarily know how well it's gonna be, but I just know that today I'm expecting a little bit of chop. PPI data came out, and yeah, it's either the market was waiting for that and then it's gonna flush again, or this music's a little too much for me this morning. I need to go a little chiller than that. Wee. Not yet, not at 6:30. Maybe as we get into the stock market lunch, maybe. All right, kind of coming back up into this range. It's 15 minute. We're gonna go down to the 1 minute. And I'm gonna do my TA a little different today. Let's see here. We could technically call this a 2 trend break. The volume's not above. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Probably be really looking at the 5 minute today. So huge rejection bar, right? Tried to go lower, got eaten up. You know, you could pretty much expect this thing to go higher in the short term for sure. But I mean, market open, it could just chop around all day. We're gonna engulf all this candle, go back to pre-market lows again. 9271. What is that about? 60 points. I started to get higher here, ended up trying to go up, come back down to range. This technically wouldn't be a trap yet, but we are going to see. It's like there was both fairly aggressive buyers and sellers up there at the 70 range. Which that insinuates some trapped traders up there. Looking at the footprint right now on another screen and actually seeing it. So, and I'll show you guys the footprint probably a little later on. Right. Throw another little trend here. Five minute, nothing really going on, not yet. I might have to open up the 5 minute new window. I don't like how it shares my charts. So I mean, when I do stuff here, it does it here, and it just gets really messy. So if you open it in a new window and then chart on this, it won't mimic it. All right, buyer stepping in at this 60s level. I'm gonna have new interest above 74s. If we get strong buyers above 74s, which it looks like they're coming in. Let's see. They're in there, but they're kind of getting absorbed a little bit. There's almost just as much sellers. Delta's still positive though. Okay, Delta's kicking in heavy now. Max Delta on that one. I go 2 contracts today. I need it to be a little heavier. Getting that long. One break here. This candle goes red, it's a bit of a trap. Try to break out through these higher highs. One up, came down, so could be a trap on the 1 minute. But on the 5 minute, this is looking very, very, all these guys got wrapped. So if we were to put this on like maybe a 2 minute, I'm afraid to switch it because I don't want to have to draw these stuff again, but 2 minute or 1 minute, this could have been a 2 minute down and a 2 minute engulfing all the way up. So this is a bit of a trap though. Buyers tried to take it higher and they ended up trying to go higher, then get stopped there, and it looks like the trap is in play here. I'm just gonna be a little bit hands off. Chop it around here on the 1 minute. I'm kind of looking for a 5 minute setup. Because I mean, technically, could have taken the long here. Could have taken the long here this morning. And then it's always tricky when you get a trap right afterwards, then you could immediately have to cut it here because of this bar. And then you go short, which if the short would have worked, still could work. Yeah, the short would have worked fine. Here. 20-point scalp on the trap. It's just kind of it feels pretty choppy, so I'm just gonna wait for a little bit of direction here. May take trades on the 5 minute this morning. I need to break above these levels with some gusto. Need some volume here. As you can see, it's struggling. It's pushing, but it's struggling to push. Not a ton of context here. Yeah, see, it's just everything's kind of engulfing right now. Just waiting for a little bit of some structure here. Working its way up, working its way up. YF, thank you, bro. chat here. There we go. Good morning, Tracy. Did not see you this morning. Got to get my chat up. I have charts on both screens. All right. It's really tough to navigate this morning. We're just chopping around, so I'm expecting a bit of a breakup here, but with how it's struggling to get above these levels, I would not be surprised if we didn't. Would not be surprised at all. If there was a place with the most volume this morning, it'd probably be right under the 80s level, right here. Tons of volume here. Market's basically happy to buy and sell here at the moment, so we will see. Yeah. It's a tough market to trade because, and I'm expecting a little bit of difference than yesterday, which makes me want to trade on the 5-minute, right? I want to get a little bit bigger picture. Doing the smaller picture trades without clear trends can get a little bit ran through. I want to see some context. I would like to actually see some 5-minute setups and then trade in that direction with 1 minute. That would be a nice move, but we're gonna see. I will take a trend break to the upside or the downside, really. Put it on the 1 minute, but for right now, I'm not gonna trade with size today. I was gonna trade with size today, but I think today might, until we break out of this range, I think we're just gonna be chilling. Yeah, we just had this massive move, right? I mean, you look how big that is compared to how tight we're trading in the range. Just a monstrous move yesterday. So, and then we're here, and the market's open. So, yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna try and keep it here over the next couple days, or they're gonna try and keep it, and then it's gonna crack and just blow the top off or blow the bottom. But I think, to be honest, if we move up, I have a feeling we'll come back down. If we move down, we're going to come back up into this range, and it's just going to kill premiums for the options market. All right. I don't know about you, but this looks like a pretty much a range to me. This is looking rough. Usually, there'll be a lot of like range chop until about 12:30, and then it will make an actual clear move, you know. So we'll see. See if that holds through. We got one little break here. Bouncing on pre-market lows here. We'll see if that's going to be a level that's going to try and hold here. This candle closes red. I'm going to take a short. I'll go two on this one, but I am very aware that this morning I am likely to get chopped out of this position. It's going to be decent red. I don't want a doji. All
Order
right,
filled.
I'll take it. I'll take it, but oh, did I go 2? I probably shouldn't have gone 2. I was trying to go 1, but I guess last second I did it. I am expecting us to chop back up into that range, so I want to keep it light. I don't want to go too crazy here. I'm going to give myself a 3-point stop. 874. There we go. This trend's pretty much done with. All right. All right, starting to break. Open up. See if we can get this tap down here. Looking for the 67s. Let's see if we reach that. Buyers coming in. It could either be buyers coming in, it could be absorption, meaning sellers are selling into a buyer down here, or it can mean that there's just no selling interest. But with how much volume is happening down there, I'm saying it's a bit of absorption. So sellers are selling and buyers are buying, but again, there's got to be buying interest. Probably, so the real volume kicked in probably around here off this break. So notice that's the highest volume of the day, right? Huge volume here. Might take another 2 if this candle goes red. We'll see. Might just hang in. I'm already in for 2, so might just chill out here. Huge volume. So for that much volume and it not to break, dramatically, it's telling me that there was a buyer looking to support these levels too, right? Because if that much volume was pure selling, it would have just, dumpstered. Or if it was pure selling, there's still a buyer here absorbing this area here. So, and we broke below it. We'll see. This could be the. Oh, I'm supposed to add one. I'll add one.
Order filled.
I'll add one. Put one stop up here. Yeah. Let's see here. 41, 42. I actually probably could move all of mine down there, but I'm not going to. All right, and then where's our TP here? Let's see. 41s. So I'll move that to the 41s, and then we have the 67s. 41, 7. We'll do a 2 down here. 2 down here, and then the extension with 1. See if we can get it. Again, look, see, tons of volume. Can't crack it though. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Came right back up to this range here. So, with how much volume happened, we should have seen a big crack here, right? So I may kill this play here with everything, but we'll see what happens. But that's the theory, right? So I'm still have to trade according to my rules and price action, but very likely. Remember I said that we'll probably move lower, and then they're going to try and keep it in this range. They'll try to move higher, keep it in this range. I'm expecting a really choppy day today, but we'll take a few stabs. On the 5-minute, it's very trappy. So if this green candle comes all the way back up to this
Order
range,
filled.
how it's coming back up into this range, I'm gonna switch the whole script here and look for longs. So trend break, 2 trend breaks here. I'm still gonna leave it here, but 5 minute. This is a trap on the 5 minute. So I would like to see this actually come up above pre-market lows, like how it's doing right now. I would like to see it stay above pre-market lows without ripping too much. But yeah, tons of absorption here. I'm gonna be looking at the 5 minute. I think I'm gonna be looking for the 5 minute for my entries, and then try and add into the 1 minute. One more minute on this candle. I'm gonna give it another minute. What I don't want to see is it come maybe like down here. It's still technically a trap. I'm still supposed to take it to the upside, but the quality of this trap goes way down. It's better if it comes up to here, this level. Got a new low. 1 minute left on that candle, getting ready to reverse, or I'm just gonna get stopped out. It's fine either way. This is exactly what I want to see for an upside. Again, I mean, this thing could just chop for days, right? It could just engulf all the way back down again, but I have to trade the system. Today would be more of like a levels day. I think people with levels and zones are going to do better
Order
on this day
filled.
than pure price action in the beginning part of this until it finds its feet. So 5 minute trap here. I had just released a trap video actually on my YouTube. So at the Cafe Trader, let's see here. Let's see if this trade goes south. By the way, 784. If this trade kind of goes south, I'm gonna be taking my foot off the gas on this morning, and I want to start charting some ideas and seeing them work before I just start jumping in. We should be good, but definitely want to see some ideas start working. All right, so let's see here. So we are in for 2 based on the 1 minute. I might give myself a touch more of a stop here. I may even scale in. If it comes down here, I might add and triple down to this long here. So it's getting rejected off the pre-market lows once more. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the 5 minute today for the entries execution. So where are we at here? We're about, let's see here, halfway. I'm going to add right here. I'm going to add 2 more. See if I get filled here.
Order filled.
All right, I got filled. I'm in for 4 now. And then if we come down here, I'm going to add 4 more. And really what I'm doing, and normally I'm not usually trading with this much size, but I made a little too much on this account yesterday, so I don't mind getting chopped out a little bit. Right here. Where's that? Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, we're about right there. Yeah, 1 minute's getting tough. Tough on days like today, where I'm just expecting engulfing. Actually, I think I'm going to bring up I'll do it on another chart, but I'm gonna bring up a 15-minute. If I find something of interest, I'm going to make sure I share that. We're gonna close in our hour candle here, our 30-minute hour candle. Everything's gonna close here in the next minute, so this could get pickly as well. Again, the trap looks good on the 5-minute. 15-minute though is not giving us any sell setups yet. Technically, we're getting pressure from that 530 data still, down pressure. 15-minute. We're gonna see. New bit of a low down here. 2 tap. There we go. It's 2 points of contact. 1, 2 makes a trend. Don't need 3. I like going wick to wick. I don't do wick to body. And it works out pretty good. Keeps me out of a lot of false breakouts. Levels are real tricky here. I mean, even drawing them is it's nice in theory, but I'm expecting these levels to get ran through a lot until we break out of this area, get a trend going. All right, so we're in the trap. Hopefully this candle closes green in 6 seconds. That would be actually beautiful. On the 5-minute. Didn't get there, but let's see. Hopefully we can get a little extension here. There we are. All right. Maybe. Wanted it. All right. Well. Welcome to the chop. Choppy seas. So engulfing all of this, right? Wicks, flush, eating back up, down, try to take it higher. Bulls weren't interested in taking it higher. Coming back down to range. This trade is still great. Let me check the 15-minute. This trade's still great. The 15-minute's the only thing that's kind of giving me a little spooky vibes. It's in a downtrend overall, but it hit it. That downtrend hit it. That second leg hit its take profit. So I know you can't see it necessarily. Let me see. I'll just show you real quick. Let's go 15-minute here. So here was kind of like a break here. We'll go up. This is our 530. This is the data, right? Now, if we were to do a one-to-one measurement, see how we come and tap that bottom wick. It came all the way. We could see and test this area again. I'm assuming. I'm probably going to take off a couple at the beginning of this PPI data, and then try and ride the rest. But yeah, this is where we're at. So that's the 15-minute. This is why that's why I said this kind of feels spooky, because really there's buying under here, but there's nobody interested in buying it above these levels. It immediately gets shot down as soon as it gets above. Try and make that bigger. As soon as it gets above here, right? As soon as it gets above here, it's like, all right, no one's really interested in taking this market up, or there's this aggressive seller selling into this area right here. So that's why I'm saying spooky. But still, there's no real trade setups for me in this system on the 15 minutes, so I'm fine holding this 5-minute long still. And I mean, if you can see, this is just kind of like algorithmic. It's just tight, trading a really tight range. And I got the 15-minute up on another screen, so otherwise it's going to be too hard for you guys to see. But if there's anything of interest coming up, I will definitely point it out. Didn't get filled on our 4 down here. It's still down here, but I think I'm going to take this order away. in case it flushes again. I think there is buyers down here for sure that are pretty, obviously there's this is an area of interest and this is an area of interest here. We're just kind of stuck between them. So for this trade to work out, we need volume to kick up above this area. We need a lot of buyers here and we need new buyers here. If the new buyers here, not just like thin buyers, then it's gonna be tough to break out of these levels. Trap King. I didn't see that comment so late, sorry. I have multiple charts up. I need a third screen for the YouTube. Click in and out of it. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I just made a video on that trap. This is the exact trap idea, so if it works out, great. I would love to see that happen right after right after I release a video. So again, see, look at this. Came back up into this range here. And it just couldn't get it. I mean, look how many sellers. Well, this is just a big volume bar. There's buyers and sellers here, but just couldn't get the interest, right? I'm gonna probably take away this 4 here, just because we've already done the initial retracement. So if it does come back down, I'm happy to get stopped out, and I'm probably gonna move my stop up to a true 3 points, which would be 82. Again, dancing around this pre-market low. It's dancing, doesn't want to do it, but take it above it. Little trend break here on the 1 minute. Could roll over. It looks rolly to me. Again, I'm trading the system. I'm trusting the trap right now, but put in this lower low here. Lower high. I'm sorry, and we're putting in lower lows. So this is very channely here. So if we took another trend, or I took this trend here, kind of knocked it on this, right? It's got this vibes to me. Need to break above here for strong conviction to add to this trade. Still gonna stay in it though. I wouldn't say that this is enough for a true channel yet. This is just kind of a chop. So this is another trap here on the 1 minute. Another idea, right? So we broke out of these candles, tried to go lower, came back up to these wicks here. That's another trap. So if you're gonna enter into that, I probably could have taken one more, but I'm already in 4 here, so I'm gonna chill out. Probably could take it another 60 points. So it's saying that it's possible for it to come up to the 90s on this trap right here. One minute traps though right now in a tight range. I don't want them. I'm good. Trade a little bit bigger time frame. I'm gonna pull up the 5 minute here. I mean the 15 minute, sorry. Yeah, still no trades on the 15 minute. Still nothing of context for me to say go long, go short. So but if I had a feeling, I have a feeling that there is just not enough buying interest up here. So yes, in theory there was a buyer that stepped in here, absorbed a lot of traders, but if there's no new buying interest above here at all, like look, it's not even wicking to get up there. It's just getting slammed down. If there's no new buying interest up here, then this market is just gonna have to, the buyers are just gonna have to give it up, including myself. So we could, I mean, I could technically play the downside of that, right? But I still need a setup. Just the theory about it doesn't do me any good. A little bit of a misprint there. When the wick adjusts that fast, that means the volume kicked up a lot right there in that moment. Flash before our eyes. But you see here the range, right? When I said it was going to bounce, like it came up, bounced off this area. I marked this area a little bit earlier, and it's just bouncing. And then it might come down here and try and test this and see if the sellers are going to get serious, right? I could describe this as either two players in the market. It's very algo driven, so you might have a player here, or just there's a collective of different people deciding that, you know, maybe buying these previous areas here is still intact, right? Or they might be thinking that, all right, this move, I don't know if I want to take it beyond this kind of strong downtrend after the CPI. It's kind of came back into this fair market range here. Try to go higher already and then getting taken. So I really think we're going to be in a range for a minute, like I've been saying. But again, 5-minute trap. This is what we're doing. So this is it. It usually trades on the 5-minute last about 15 minutes, 14-15 minutes. But I have seen through back testing some of these trades last like 6 hours, and then I get my fill eventually after 6 hours. But yep, get rid of this one. This is getting a little messy now. 15-minute didn't break below a key level still. I mean, it's trying, it's going below it. It's just not holding below it. All right, can we do it? Will there be real buyers here? Real buyers to take it above. We're going to need some big volume here to crack this. Big volume. Yeah, see what's going on here on the actual range here. See if I can see the absorption that's happening. So I can tell you right now that there is real buyers stepping up here. They were getting absorbed the whole time. I'm looking at the footprint now. So now there's real buyers taking above it. We need these huge buyers just stepped in. Huge buyers, about 1,000 new buyers here they buy aggressively. And yeah, they're continuing to buy this up. So max delta for the last 4 candles, 5 candles maybe. Yep, 5 candles of max delta. That's massive buying here. So I'm going to look to take off a couple below pre-market highs. So this is going to be an area where I'm assuming it's going to want to come near and then dust in. This is kind of loud right here. And then down just a touch here. Actually, let me see. Let me just turn that down like this. think I already have it toned down a little bit. All right. Well, let's see if we can get our first little take profit here below pre-market highs. Now, as I'm looking at the footprint, you guys can't see it yet. I think I can make a scene for you guys to see it, though. I wonder if my account numbers will show up in that, though. No, I don't think it does. I don't think it does. All right, so... Oh, yeah, my rally accounts do show up. Let me see if we can get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. There we go. All right, so let's see if I can make a new scene here. Add window capture. Yeah. Ooh, what is this? Starter group? Probably. No. Yeah. There we go. All right. There we go. So this is where it will show you right here. So what you're seeing here is a footprint chart. Now, right here was the same levels of that purple zone I drew, right? Let me actually click back to it real quick. Oh, does it not? It's automatically. Oh, I would need to do a separate scene for it. That's why. All right, but anyways, I'll get back to that in a second. Right here, when I said that there was absorption around that purple area, this was buyers coming in, and the candle still went down here because these are buyers, these are sellers. So buyers stepped in, they got absorbed, and then when I said we needed real buying to take it up, it kicked up here. There's new buyers coming in, and a little bit of absorption again, but now that person up there was starting to slip a little bit. So, and it ended up just cracking, right? New buyers. Now the delta down here. I'm just gonna say this quickly. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but basically, how the delta finished, which is this line. It shows you what the max delta is and how it finished. So when it finished max delta here, that's saying that's huge buying. Max delta again, almost max delta, max, close to max delta, max. So this is just insane buying here, just a ton of buying. So these levels here are now areas where buyers are going to look to take that again. So the market will come and try and retrace down in these levels, which it already did. And then now it's going to see, can we find new buyers above this level here? There was a little bit of absorption right here. We see about 1,000, 1,500 people got absorbed here. But buyers were still interested in taking above that. Now we're going to see, are they interested in taking above it? We got 573 here. A bunch of different, this is now a new POC, right? Point of control at this level. Right here, it's that yellow line. But basically, I can see that without the POC because I see how many shares are traded on this line here. Tons. So, tons relatively. All right. So this is part of what I'm looking at. Get rid of this. All right. So since the market's kind of actually moving out a little bit, I might start taking some 1-minute trades, hopefully to the upside. But here it is, the footprint. We're going to go back to our regular screen. We're about to hit our first take profit, which is at 933. 9333. That is my first take profit. All right. Let's see here.
Order filled.
All right, we got a first take profit, and let me switch this back here. There we go. 5-minute has a little 2-bar break too, so I could add more, but I'm already in for 4. Actually, I can't make more than a certain amount on this account right now, so let's see, where am I at? I actually have 3 of these. 3 of these accounts. What do we got today? I think I could only make like 1,200 or something. So, which I guess I guess I did take a couple hits this morning. I'm all looking. I'm like, wait a second here. Why am I not up hundreds of dollars? All right, so on the 1 minute we could take this too. I'm already in heavy, but I could take this trade on the 1 minute if this bar goes green, and you could probably get like, see, up to the 60s if it goes green. I mean, I would umbrella everything honestly up to this level. It could just be a monster trade, but again, we also have a little bit of a trend break here too, right? 2 bar. So this technically, you could also, it's also a part of the strat for it to be in long here. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. When I'm saying we go long, I'm talking about me and the strategy. I will not recommend trades for you. This is for entertainment purposes only. Trade at your own risk. Here we go. 2 bars. Nice break. See if we can hold with the volume up there. Volume was up there. So if the new buyer stepping in, I don't need to look at the footprint to know that there was new buyers stepping in here. But now that we touched our pre-market high, might be a while before we see this thing break it. Who knows? All right, so when the new buyer stepped in here, notice this is the level I was talking about. New buyer stepped in here. We just kind of ran through that level. We could start to buy in this area as well if you're trading the footprint, in the strategy. So that's where a lot of people looked to buy, and they did. And now it's continuing up, right? Now pre-market highs, where people are going to start looking to take profits. It's going to slow down a little bit. We're going to need that new buying to happen above this level, right, in this pocket. So, and then this one, we still have this bidder down here, but that's going to be out of the context for now. We don't need this. Actually, we don't even really need this, to be honest with you, but I'll leave it up here for sake of context. This is gone. Let's do a little chart sweeping here. Clean up the place a little bit. Yeah. Five minutes looking fantastic. So we called the trap, right? I just made a video on this. If you haven't watched the video, go watch the video. It's simple. I'll make another higher quality one when I move into my new place, but and I'll show my face and everything. But for now, this is the textbook. Beautiful trap here. Yeah. There's also a bunch of other contextual things that goes into it, but in terms of a basic pattern, not a bunch of contextual things, just a few points that you need to know. Because if you were to take, let me see if I could take if I find a short trap. Now this short trap worked here too, so this was a short trap that worked here as well. You notice I think I talked about that. We broke out of these highs here, tried to go higher, came back to range. This is another trap candle, and look at that. It moved. Twin bottoms too are technically a bit of a trap candle. That's a signal bar for sure, but I don't take those. I haven't back tested it enough in the right context. We need buyers above here. Buyers above here. We're in it. I get a little bit of copy here. All right. I just had a couple little things here. So we have some levels here. Got some levels probably around right here. And technically there's strong buyers here. All right, this is where the buyers are at. So we're gonna see it probably bounce around these levels. If we break these levels, we're gonna try and come back down here. Again, since I'm taking my trade in terms of the 5-minute context, I'm hanging out. I'm actually supposed to add one on the 5-minute. Right here off this little break. Break, 2-bar, add, which would be roughly 423s. 423 area. So multiple points saying to go up there, but we gotta get past these pre-market highs first. And notice I'm talking about the buyers not interested in taking it up above there. We'll see if these buyers are serious, or I should say are gonna look to support their position. Otherwise, we're gonna start feeling a little trappy again. And trappy off this data here, which I do take into context. We broke out of it, a little bit of a trap going on. All right, let me remove this. This is a tough one because I get out of traps with traps. Let's see here. We are in a strong trend. Usually I only take the 630 context into consideration, but with heavy data like this, I may take it. So see, we didn't break out of this. So this is the idea. This is where it looks like a trap, but how I don't identify it as one. So here is the highs. And notice we didn't, well, did we break above them? Okay, that is, I don't know if you consider that a break, but we're right there on the line, right? Tried to go higher, it came back down into the range. This is a maybe. I would say this is a B- setup. B-, B, but I only take B pluses. So if we would have broke out a little bit more, then came up and then came down, I would reverse this trade. Since we tapped it and then tried to come up, came back down in the range, I don't count it. We didn't really break the wicks. And then the bodies of this data is here, right? So we broke the bodies. We actually tested that area again, got eaten up, but we did not come back down to break the bodies. So although this could come down, that level is, I'm not reversing this trade to take to the downside. At least not yet. Let's see here. I don't really need to draw that big of a zone, to be honest with you, but I'll put it here. All right. How long we been in this trade for? 6:50. Oh, I have the New York time on this one. That's strange. All right. We've been in this trade for well over 35 minutes. Thanks, Damien. What's up, Sam? Sorry, I wasn't checking the chat, but thanks for joining, dude. Gonna run this long from the trap down here. And we're looking to take this higher. Sam, I got to show you the footprint sometime. Footprint is, I was going over it a little bit earlier. Watch the recap. Probably like 50 minutes into the video, probably, as we started to break these levels. I go over the footprint and a little bit of the absorption, how to use the footprint, like, what do you say? how to identify absorption and where new buyers are and how to read a little bit of delta. I didn't go too deep into it. I will make a video to trade the footprint fully, but yeah, pretty nice so far. So notice we came back into this area, right? And this is why I said this is where buyers are, and they're going to probably look to continue buying. What do? They continue to scoop up that area in the zone here. So until we crack these levels, right? Because then we're going to have, seeing if these buyers are still interested in this value here, we're still okay to go long. Like, there's no reason for us to avoid it. We just have this pre-market high area right here that we're rejecting off of. Boom, 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 boom. This is a little bit of a trap here on the 1 minute, by the way. So notice that we broke out of the bodies, tried to go higher, came back down to the bodies. This one is a little bit of a 1 minute trap. Now, I don't trade against the 5 minute, so I wouldn't have taken the short against it. But if you were trading pure 1 minute, this is a little setup here. A little bit better of a setup actually than the other one. But notice we did a full clean break, even though it looks tiny, it's still a clean break. I'm not sitting there guessing if it's sitting on this area of these two candles or not. Tried to go higher, came back down into the range. Boom, that's a beautiful little trap there. And the big key here is that we've already tried to put in a couple highs. So here's our initial high, retraced, broke it, came back. Broke it and came back in the same candle. Not this candle didn't break it and then try and come up and come back, even though that would still work for a trap. But if this candle extends too far up, then it's no longer testing the high. It just all of a sudden becomes the new high. So you would take that if that was the context. All right. So we'll see if we can get this break here. That's why I took profits ahead of this pre-market high, because I knew I took 2 off because I knew that this was going to be a point of resistance here. And with a day like today where we just had this massive move on the NQ, I was assuming, and I still think we could chop around in this area, but like I said, theory doesn't trump my systemic approach to the markets here. I have to keep it very rule-based, otherwise I'm floating all over the place. All right, now we had buyers trying to take it up again. This might be a good time to show you guys the footprint, see what's going on in the footprint. So why don't we go back to the footprint here? I'm going to load that up right now. There we go. So as we're up to these levels here, here's what we're seeing on the 1 minute. Now we're seeing a point of control here, but point of control just means that's the most volume, right? Every yellow box is the point of control for that bar, but I have this volume profile here, the right side to show me where the highest volume is, which it's all over. So we're seeing some buyers try to take it up here, right here. Got about 1,100 buyers here, and now we're going to see they tried to take it up, but they got absorbed, and there wasn't real selling overweighing it, I don't think. Well, it's about actually equal. But notice that there wasn't crazy, there was some selling here, heavy selling here, but there wasn't crazy selling here where these previous buyers were, all of these previous buyers. So they weren't serious about the selling. There wasn't even really anybody trapped here. It was just people were selling into that area and then people bought right back up into that area. So as we get into here though, we're starting to see buyers start stepping again. Delta is, let me see, from the beginning of this extension, which is about right here. We'll say right here. So Delta's at 4,100, 4,188. And we noticed we took a bit of a dip there, actually, huge dip. It's actually a pretty big dip. 1,800 of Delta against that. And as we're coming back up to these levels, the Delta's just not quite getting there. Buyers try to take it up again, but they failed. But there is this underlining tempo of buyers versus sellers. They're about, it almost seems about equal actually. But what we need is new buyers above this level here. And there, you see another 400 nodes. See how the buyers are coming in really strong there. Whoops. So this should be enough. If it's gonna move, this is the time it's gonna move right here. If this can't get above these levels though, with all that buying that just happened, then we could see a test down to these lows again to see if there's gonna be more support here. But let's see. Huge delta spike. Notice that we went from 2,900 to 3,700 in one range bar. That's pretty incredible. 881. I think that's the biggest delta in a range bar that we've had so far. So coming back down to these levels, if it can't take it above here, it's gonna get very tricky. There's still a buyer buying this right here. This is a buyer scooping all that up. So as soon as it comes down, they're not even letting it get lower. They're just buying all that up. Notice that there was a decent amount of buying here. The delta was negative, but the candle close green insinuating that there was more sellers than buyers, but they got scooped up and it finished to the up. So the footprints helping us kind of see that, okay, buyers are serious. We should still see this to go up. There is quite a bit of sellers still though. This is not just clean buying all the way up. So could say that it's slowing back down. I'm actually going to move my stop. Probably, I'll probably move it right here. So notice all that buyers, right? Remember, look how many buyers there are here. I moved my stop, by the way, to 309.75. I should say my stop profit. So all these buyers here, all of them, we got about 4,000 buyers, right? They're now stuck. And then the selling just ramped up. So I just got my take profit. And notice we're dumpster diving. We go back to the main charts. This is how you read the footprint though. See, at this level, I know this is trading crazy. I can't do anything on a 1 minute bar that's almost 100 points. So when buyers were serious about taking this up higher, right? When it slowed down and they should have just blasted with 5,000 buyers up here. When it did not go, as soon as real sellers came in below this break here, this is a short. As soon as that happened, that's a short. That's how you would read the footprint in that sense. Because notice what happens now. We just got this huge, like it just let the gates go, right? And now buyers got to step in again here, which there's sellers really selling into this right now. So as it makes more structure. Anyways, nothing we could do there on the 1 minute. So I'm going to go back to our top step. And yeah. Which, that's why we took the profits there. Now, in terms of the trap's supposed to still be in play. But because I'm utilizing the footprint and other methods, I'm able to take profits a little earlier. So that's what we did. We took profits at this level. We just ran through all of them actually, and I'm actually supposed to take another short here. But I don't want to trade the biggest bar of the day. Biggest bar of the day is biggest bars of the day usually have a way of getting ran through. So let's see. As soon as I saw real buyers stepping in and it not moving, tons of buyers stepping in and it not moving, that was like, okay, this is looking fishy, right? Because they're going to be trapped if they can't move this up. And sure enough, you just got this just dumpster. Nice thing about the footprint. I'm glad I got to call that live and you got to see it live though, because that was you could play the footprint there and just chunked out that whole big move instantly. All right. Now this still could go up. In terms of, it says that there's big volume, but I don't know if I saw too big a volume there. Just looking for myself here. That was pretty crazy. And that the other fishy thing was we were back up at those levels previously, but the delta wasn't the same. So when the delta wasn't the same, the delta is telling us is there more aggressive buyers or more aggressive sellers. So when the delta wasn't as aggressive buyers, but we were back up to those levels, that's kind of also giving us a clue that it's possible that things are starting to slow down here. All right, I might take a short here.
Order filled.
A little bit better price. I don't want to trade the biggest bar, but this is more of a, I still want this idea, the short idea, but I didn't want to buy it way down here. Wanted that a little bit better price. So I'm in this trade for at 63. And then this was where those buyers were previously too, so let's take that little one. This is not a part of my setup, by the way. All right, I guess this trade is, I'm not really supposed to take the biggest candle of the day, but for a little bit better price, I'm willing to risk it. So probably save myself, 30 points. So risking 100 instead of 160, which is a little bit better. I don't mind that. All right, I'm gonna go make coffee now. Yeah, that was crazy. That was just a crazy move there in the markets, really. So when we're trading price action, you could trade the footprint too. The footprint can be a little bit more noisy though. A little bit more noisy, but in key levels, key areas, the footprint could be fantastic. This was a key area right here. That's why we zoomed in. What's actually going on here? This level. Is there a real buying momentum here? Or is it baloney? So again, the buyers here stepped up, right? Buyers here stepped up. Now you have buyers trapped, a ton of buyers trapped here, ton. So we're going to be playing between these two ranges. A break of either of these is going to move us. So I'm happy having a little bit of a stop here because tons of people trapped. I don't even think there was that many buyers here weighted against how many buyers got trapped up there. There was like 4,000 buyers trapped up here. I think there was only like, I think accumulatively this whole stretch was like 3,000. So all in this little candle, right? I mean, look at that. Is that the biggest volume of the day? Biggest volume of the day right there. That's pretty intense. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'm in this trade. There's really not too much to do. Since it's kind of opening up a little bit more, I may start getting a little bit more in depth with the price action, a little bit more specific on price action. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we did have the uptrend. So technically, did we break it? No, we didn't break it. So technically, I'm actually not supposed to take that short because we ran into a major downtrend. So because the trend is still a tone, and really what a trend is kind of what we were seeing here. Just buyers looking to continue to scoop this up, right? So you got strong buyers, and then the trend started another area of strong buyers. Wasn't too strong of buyers here, but they were still there. And then this was going to continue our trend here with this strong buyers, but when they couldn't push that up, we dropped back down below. But overall, there's buyers still happy to take it on this heartbeat, right? So boom, boom, boom. They're still loving the market, even though there was a lot of people trapped up here. People are still enjoying buying this at these levels. They finding that fair. So as we get that little momentum, these guys just got ahead of themselves. Is what happened. But yeah, I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee. I'm not supposed to actually trade into this trend here. I need a trend break first, so I'm gonna cut this trade.
Order filled.
And reason is when we have any kind of breaks, 2-bar breaks, any kind of whatever, I want to break the trend first, or at least it be so high that we don't really get near the trend, right? If that setup was to happen again, this could still work out, but that trade wasn't technically according to my system, so got that one early. All right, I'm gonna make some coffee. See if we can take some trades here. That's the tough thing about trading. Even though this trading system works really well, you got to be sharp. All right. Keep an eye on those levels. Yep, perfect. 100%, Sam, which I don't do. I'm all over the place. All right. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Made a mistake this morning. Now I'm watching how well my plan worked. Oh man, that's the worst. That is the worst. A little bit of a bull trap here. I'm gonna identify this again. So we had these bodies here. Broke out of the bodies, tried to go higher, came back down into this range. Now a key point here is to not let this body go below the previous the breakout bar. If it goes below the breakout bar, there's not enough meat on the move. But this could have been a short while I was going to get coffee. Again, shorts into the trends are kind of tricky because we'd be actually looking to get something like probably that big bar would be looking to get like a 2-to-1. So this could have been a decent trade here. So But again, here's this level, right? So got two levels now, the trend and this level, and then it's pre-market range. So I've been calling it all morning, right? I said we're going to come down low, try and come back up in the range here. They're going to probably maybe try and take it higher, and then it's probably going to come in the range, and we're probably just going to be range bound chop all day. That's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing. So far, we're only an hour into the market though, so a lot of day left here. I'm kind of liking how the price action is cleaning up a little bit, even though this is chop. There's still it's kind of respecting levels a little bit. We have a little bit more. It's not like this, where it's just disgusting engulfing everything, right? It's at least a little bit more like clear. Even though this is engulfing, it's still cleared that it's kind of, all right, we're moving up, we're coming down. This is like we don't know where we're going. Let's just go down, eat up, chop, 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 fly up, fly down. This is a cleaner move though. Cool. So if I was to pull up the footprint on these areas, again, this is the 88 and this is the 25. Let's pull up the area on this on the footprint, and let's have a look at peek here, see what's happening. Let's go a little x-ray vision here. So, all right, here's our two levels. So now initially when we had the big drop, we had about equal buying, selling. No one was really outweighing each other here. So you could say that this was kind of an agreement on the market. Just as much buyers and sellers were in agreement here. Then buyers started to step in here. Buyers got caught a little bit, and then another kind of equal area here. So for a moment, by the way, I'm still watching the top step chart. For a moment though, we were range bound here between these two players here, and so came up, buyers stepped down, buyers tried again, they got absorbed. The candle finished green here. They got absorbed. Really light, really thin movement to the upside. Buyers tried to take it, they got absorbed, and volume kind of kicked up here. Really thin on the selling on this. This moved just really quick. Tried to go down again. A lot of sellers versus the buyers here. Actually, there's buyers up here, so I guess that's equal technically. So if anything, there's actually a lot of buyers. Tried to go down, ripped up again. Buyers stepped in again. It's still fairly equal. What was the delta here? This is going to tell us right here. So from 105 to negative 38, so about 70 more sellers came in, aggressive sellers, and then about 100 more buyers came in here. So a 30 difference here. So some light buying, a little bit of an area here, a little bit more buying, but this is the key level. It broke with the volume, right? It broke with volume. That's the key. So this would be a buy. Now they look to take it up higher. These buyers kind of got trapped. It's like, are we having a round two with that top area up here? Let's see if sellers are going to be interested in taking it lower. They were not, and we continued higher. Continued higher until there was not really any more interested buyers up here. See how thin that is? And these buyers kind of got ticked down. When they're like 1 bar away, that's not true absorption. This is just a 40 tick range bar, so this bar in general could all be like 1. You could almost imagine this is a bar instead of this is 2 separate bars. But anyways, really thick all of a sudden here. Really thick, this area. A lot of volume, equal buyers, sellers. So aggressive sellers started to step in, even tried to take it lower, but they got absorbed. Now these guys are trapped. Not a ton of them, but on a very small basis, these guys are trapped. If there was a ton, like how there was up there, like thousands, then you could be like, oh, this thing's gonna blast. But in the short term, there's a little bit. Buyers kind of coming back up to this range again. And we're just trading between these two players. Buyers still interested in taking this up, but they just can't do it. There's just no interest above at these levels. So we come back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And now we'll get over to where we're at on the 1 minute candles, right? And notice that these areas are still, see the POC, the point of control is still right here. So new buyers are stepping in now. We'll see if they actually have enough. You're seeing it live, a lot of buyers. With this many buyers outweighing, this needs to move. If this does not move, we may see the lower lows here. I have the 24s marked down as the area. So we see that we didn't come to those 24s. And we got a little bit of absorption here. Are there going to be real sellers? Not real sellers. No real sellers interested up here. So you could probably take a little long here, stab. I'll take it on this rhythmic account. If it drops below here, we'll stop it. But with the lack of selling pressure, this is saying, all right, well, if they really wanted to take this down, it'd come down right here because those buyers just got absorbed. But we need new buying interest up here too. Again, if we're looking at your chart, I drew those two zones. That 20s level was just 24. 24 is where they got to take it above. Some buyers stepped in. Can we get enough? I want like 300, 400 buyers just blasting these dudes. Three. There it is. See if we can get a little continuation here. Max delta, max delta, max delta, right? A lot of buying across the board here. Delta's going positive again. Yep. All right, I'm going to take this one here. That's how you trade the footprint. That's how you trade the footprint. So back to our price action charts, though. Let's see here. Yeah, let's get back to our price action. All right. So we have a bit of a break here. 2 breaks. Now we have a massive amount of trapped buyers here. Will they be able to do it? That's the next question. I'm going to take one long here if this candle closes green, which it looks like it will. This is based off the price action. This is not based off of...
order filled.
This is not based off of the footprint. From the footprint standpoint, I want to see buyers step in up here above these levels, right? But from a price action standpoint, we're going to see. Take a small little grab here, see if we can get it. All right, I got to look at the YouTube too, so failing. All right. Yep, that worked. There you go. There's your, you get both sides of the market, right? A little x-ray vision on what's actually happening at what levels. So when I say that these traps, you know, they're trapped, they're really trapped, and vice versa, right? These areas, there was different traps. We saw where the volume was at, which was pretty much right in the middle, and then where new buyers started to step in on that footprint. Footprint will give you some of the earliest indication of when to go long or short. So we got stopped out of this one. Obviously, there was these buyers still trapped up here. No serious buying if we were to look at the footprint. Again, I have a system with price action, so I just have to take it, even though I know behind the scenes kind of what's happening with the footprint. This strategy with the price action is profitable over many days of testing. So I don't mind. I'm probably just going to trade more the 5 minute. This one I'm going to keep an eye on, because the 1 minute is just kind of getting slapped around a little bit. So pay attention to the 5 minute. Let's see if we can take some trades here. Might be a little while too, but we're kind of getting to that inflection point. See, I need to see something in wicks here. Yeah, let's see. So pretty tight range here. This is your inflection point. Tried to go higher, got rejected. Still could see it rip though. Really, if there's no sellers interested down here, remember when we got here, it rejected heavy. when it came up here, it rejected heavy, but then there was just no sellers. And that's saying, all right, well, if no one's selling it, I'll buy it. Boom. But now we had this area here. Tons of buyers got owned up here. So now some buyers that are trapped might be looking to break even or try and get a better price out right here. So that with the lack of interested buyers, because now buyers are like, I'm not buying at these levels if these dudes got clapped at those levels, right? So we started to see a fade a little bit. Now how do we trade it? We're going to focus on the 5 minute. 5 minutes, I think, going to be a little bit better for us today. Especially when we have these just massive engulfing ranges, right? Things are just getting eaten up. We'll stick to the 5 minute. But I'll draw levels on the 1 minute. We can zoom in, have better looks with the footprint. I don't know why this is up here. Let's get rid of that guy. And now I'm curious again to see what happened on the footprint. I'm like, shoot, what happened at these levels? Because they just got dumpstered on. That's crazy. Take care, Sam. Have a good one, bro. Thanks for joining. All right, broke the levels. Broke the trend, broke the levels, broke everything. I mean, we could try short here, but there's buyers here at this levels too, right? There's new aggregate buying here, right here, from before. I think I'll stick to the 5 minute on this one. This is a 1 minute setup. This is actually a 2 contract 1 setup. 2 contracts, because there's 2 different setups here to go short. Oh man. I'm gonna wait for the 5 minute. I'm gonna wait for the 5 minute. Stop would be up at 310. Take profit, or I'm sorry, the entry would be at 66. It's roughly, what is that, like 48 points? 44 points. So you're be looking for the 20s, 22s. I'm not taking it. I'm gonna wait for this 1 minute, 5 minute, I mean. The 1 minute I'm noticing is not great in choppy context. Oh, look at that. That kind of looks like a head and shoulders too, right? Broke the neckline a little bit. Even though I don't trade patterns, but that would be kind of a looks like Dracula, dude. A little bit, big wings, little head. I don't know. Anyways, now we're between these 2 areas. These buyers are kicking in again. Sellers weren't interested in taking it lower. We're gonna see. This is why I'm not trading the 1 minute right now. If we can golf all the way back up here to the stop, no thank you. Now in the 5 minute, we'd have another trap though. So if this closes green back up into this range, I don't know, with the footprint and how aggressive it's selling, who knows? But it's kind of tough to say. I'm gonna get rid of some of this. Get rid of some of this. All right. So break. The key here is we didn't break all the candles. For this to be an actual trap, I need to break this candle too. Right? Wick. We need to break this wick. This white bar did not break the wick. So, but it did break these bodies. This is the nearest body, right? So it broke these bodies. Now, if it tried to come down lower and lower than the wick, that's a great sign. If it came down lower than wick and then it comes back up to the bodies area, which is this area here, It'd be even better if it came up to these bodies up here. It came up above that. Great looking bear trap. Great looking bear trap. But if we can't get into these levels, we start breaking down below here or touching the line, I'm not taking it. 1 minute left. So the 1 minute trade would have gotten stopped out. That's why I didn't take it. And you can see it's really an algorithmic day today. It's really, really, really just like trying not to use big words I don't know how to use, but it's really just all over the place. Let me put it on the, let's throw a 15-minute up here real quick. See some context here. Is there anything on the 15-minute I need to worry about before getting into this 5-minute trade? And this is a trap on the 15-minute up here still. So technically speaking here, this is a trap on the 15-minute. And we're supposed to come down to these levels. So we're getting cross-swell. Getting a bit of a cross-swell here. Bit of a cross-swell. So try to go higher than these. Tried to go higher, came back. Dropped. Trapped. Bulls are trapped. Oh, we got our 5-minute candles done. Let's see. This is technically a trap, but with that 15-minute wind, the 15-minute downwind. Gold? Yeah, I could trade gold. Trade gold on footprint, but this strategy does not work. The level strategy does, the trend breaks and the measurements don't on gold. I don't know if it's because this market's algorithmic, so like much more algorithmic than that one, but the like footprint and everything works fantastic on gold. It's just this system works well for NQ. Usually there's a lot of opportunities, right? In gold and stuff, you usually get 1 or 2 opportunities. And what I've learned from my psychology is that if I execute poorly on one trade and that's all I get for the day, it's really tough for me. It's tough to shake the previous day off, right? But if I am, this is looking good to the upside here. Might have missed it, but again, I don't want to take it with that 15-minute. I want to see us kind of get out of this range. But with when I'm trading like 20 trades on the 1 minute, or about an average of like 8 trades on the 5-minute, it's easier to shake off trades for your psychology, right? Especially when there's like an 80% hit rate. It's much better because you just know it's like, all right, hey, we got the whole day. There's going to be multiple opportunities, right? We just want to find the right climate to trade in these opportunities. If you have that, then it's easy to shake off trades. It's like, all right, we took a hit. You know, especially on the 1 minute, there's going to be 30. We took what, 30 something trading ideas yesterday. I took 66, but that was just because of whatever. In the end, I ended up taking some really big trades on accident. Dumb trades. Thought it was on my practice account. Was not on my practice account. Oh, there's 66 pages. No, 66 trades. Just did really well. Is this the end of the day? 7:44, 8. Yeah, so this was the morning. Morning was just killer. Took a lot of good trades. A lot of winners. Just, I mean, these are all different trading ideas. And then this is where what time is this? Yeah, this is where I thought I was in my practice account. Right here. See the 30, took a 285 loss, 1,000 win, 300 win, 600 win. I was trading them like 10 times the size. Should have been only like $45, $30. Ended up being 450, 315. And then I had to forcefully lose money because it was too much for the account. So I'm trying to lose money now. I'm like loading up 50 contracts trying to lose money on this account. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What's up, Tanner? That's my brother right there, Tanner. Already in the troll. You can, yeah, you can go trust a investment bank, or just trust anybody on the internet. They'll take care of you, especially if they invite you to their Discord server. Better like the video. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, the trap idea is working here. Still want to see us get out of those ranges, right? I mean, in terms of the levels. All right, this is kind of where, again, we've had 2 traps now to the upside. So it seems like there's going to be more shorts trapped than bulls here. But this was the level. This is that big level here. And then a little bit of rejection here, although I don't really count that. But this was your huge buying that ended up not working out. So although that we have some trapped here, we still need to see buying interest above these levels here. Yeah, pretty ugly price action in both senses, which is why we're trading the 5-minute. Again, we have a little bit of a confliction because the 15-minute is still in a trap, bull trap territory, which the higher time frame carries more weight. So this is still saying that it can come down here, getting conflicting winds on the day. So the 15 minutes why I'm staying out of the 5-minute, and the chop is why I'm staying out of the 1-minute. Because this wouldn't work for the strat right now. We would actually probably look to take the 2-bar here. You got another little level here. If I wanted to mark some out. Not really. It's pretty close. See how it's breaking, coming back down in the range. Really, we just need to get above this level. This is the pre-market high. So we would expect chop in a consolidation area range between the yellow line, which is the pre-market low, and this line, which is the pre-market high. All right. A little bit of a trap candle, close to it. Broke out of the wicks. Tried to go higher. Came back down into the range. I mean, I don't trade. How do I say this? If there's a move on the 15-minute, I'll trade the 5-minute. I'll look for entries on the 5-minute, which we're in a short trap until we break out of this level here. We're in that trap still from earlier. I think. Where was that time at again? Yeah, so at the 10:30. So until we stop out of this level here, this downwind is still intact. Although the 5-minute trade looks like it's working out pretty well. Still, we would still need to break out of these areas. Because we would only be up. We'd be up like 40 points right now. Buyers are coming in. This is the level where they were trapped. Let's see if they can get above here again. All right. Can they do it? If you look at how much volume was over here on the buying versus that huge selling, major selling volume, right? So we would expect to see some big volume coming in again on the buying side. There it is. Look at that. Now we have the break. So this trap could have worked. Now this trap's over on the bear trap idea. So you're looking to go long. We're above pre-market highs now. Looking for long setups. If we stay above here, we can start putting this into the context of a strong uptrend. So we're going to look for continuations to the upside. Yep, 5-minute trap here. It's just in these really choppy kind of range days. We could have taken the trade here, but against that 15-minute window, in the middle of a range, it can get really sketch. So even though this is working, I bet you half the time it wouldn't work. About half the time. So half the time's not good. That's not an edge. You could probably use the footprint though to confirm it. I just haven't done it yet. All right. Where was that level at actually? I need to see where that level's at because I can't look to go short until that's over. All right. There's level sailing up there. Okay. Now that we're opening up a little bit, let's see if we can start taking something on the 1 minute. I am curious to see what's going on in the footprint. If we look at the footprint, let's put that up real quick. See what happened at these levels. All right, so this is, where was it at? The 50s was the previous level. All right, so huge buying. Massive buying, almost no selling. Slowed down a little bit here. Sellers stepped in here, but they got eaten. Everything's max delta here. Sorry, this is, I'm gonna have to cut my mic here in a second. A lot of buying outweighing the sellers. So you see the delta's max delta this whole time, right? Max delta this whole time. A lot of buyers stepping in. Huge buyers and sellers. Sellers now outweighing them. Delta's negative here. And then look, we just crack all the way back down. All these buyers. And again, even though there was probably like about like 3,200 buyers here, 3,300. If we look back over here, was this the previous level? No, there was the level. Where was it at? There we go. If we look back here, that's about how much was here just in these 3 little bars. About 3,000 buyers and sellers. So you want to see quite a bit more. We got 2,020, 200 here. 3,300, 3,900, 4,900, 5,100 plus the initial 1,000 there. 6,900. 6,900 that were trapped. And look how light everything is here. Then you had a 1,500 get eaten. There's your short. When that 1,500 got eaten here, here's your short. Boom. Sellers got eaten here. Look, notice how there's a lot of sellers here, but the candle ended up green. And sellers tried to take it, but it bought up again. You get out roughly here, with the probably when the delta starts flipping, probably right here. So you get out there. All right, try to go up again. Getting clobbered. It's almost like the footprint's the way to go today. I did take that little trade on here though. But all right, back to the price action. Just unbelievable that we broke up above. We broke up above, and then we're back at these levels again. Oh. Oh boy. Oh man. How would you have taken this? So this would have been on the 1 minute. Would have taken this long. Would have got stopped out on the. Oh, would we have? Yeah, barely. I mean, unless we took profits ahead of it, but that would have been your take profit. Whew. We are navigating stormy seas today. It is chop. So, even though that trap was working in short term, I would still look for, I mean, if it's this choppy, technically you 1.5 it right here. That's extremely reasonable. And we still could get there. But so the 15-minute trap's gone. That guy got taken out. So I don't have to worry about being stuck in a 15-minute trap anymore in a down pressure. Now we're in this long still. So I'm still going to be looking for long ideas. Because there's still shorts, a lot of shorts trapped at these levels. Tons of shorts trapped. Buyers stepped in, and at these levels, stepped in again. These are two traps on the day. Bear trap, boom. Bear trap, boom. A lot of shorts trapped here. So going forward, the problem is now we got buyers stuck here, mostly here. There wasn't really any buyers up there, really. They were up there, but not really. Mostly here. This is where these dudes got hammered. So look at this. Does that look like we got some clean price action or what? Good ranges for price action? I don't think so. We're going to see. You could range trade today, technically. You could just sell the range, buy here. If it breaks below, sell, whatever. We can do that with the footprint, which is why the footprint might be a little bit better way to trade today. But I may trade the footprint in the future, but I only have maybe 20 hours of experience. Profitable hours, but I want to get a little bit better I don't have like real strict rules in place on the footprint. It's more just like trading what's happening as it's happening. It's like hard to know where to take profit. Taking profit is when it starts to slow down. So the danger with that is that when you're taking profit, when you're starting to see things slow down, you start to get emotional. And it can start to mess with your psychology. For this, I have such strict rules in place. There's no thinking. There's no guessing. Sometimes when a candle gets near different areas and it's like, oh, did that break? Did that not break? I call those just maybes, right? Maybes, if trading's working really well throughout the day, you can take maybes, but if it's really choppy, you probably don't take them. Today we're really choppy. I'm probably not going to take them. Yeah, still in this top trade here. Got a little bit of an area here. If we break below that, we may see this thing continue to dump on the 5 minute. Again, still buying here. Trapped sellers here. There's no interest in taking this market above this yet. Buyers are probably exhausted from this day yesterday. They're probably just really tired of buying. I don't blame them. I was tired of buying. We had a 92% accuracy yesterday. 92%. And I was like, this is going to my head. I was already thinking, I was like, 92%, I might as well just scale up, start trading with like 5-6 contracts. If I traded the 1 minute today, I'd probably be about 50% right now. Well, this isn't a stock. This is just the Nasdaq. If you were to look for a stock to buy or sell, it just depends on if you want to trade it or not. So if you want to trade, you're looking for momentum. So you're looking what's moving. And then you find ones that are either gapped up or gapped down, meaning they moved really big percentages. Usually you want it like a little over like 8 to 10%. And then you can trade, you can build trading ideas off of that. And usually there's going to be a lot of traders called volume, right, involved. So with the high volume, you're usually going to get a little bit cleaner picture. Oh no, Tracy, that sucks. Were you long or short? Just don't try to adjust it because it'll add more contracts if you try to adjust it. Just let it do its thing. When I tried to adjust my trades on Rhythmic, it was just garbage. And then do you use brackets? Yeah, so Tanner, I'm just one NQ. This works for NQ. If I was going to trade NQ, I look at gold, oil sometimes too with the footprint. Really, price action works across everything. But if you're going to trade stocks, individual stocks, that's what you do. Futures is nice because you can get in with a really low amount of money. You don't need to have a ton of money. You only need like $50 for these prop firms, right? $50 a month. And if you get funded, then you get access to a lot of margin. Meaning they'll, your $50 can basically get you thousands. I mean, we're up 300 on 3 accounts, so we're up 1,000 on the morning, and that's with $150. So really cheap way to get in. If you're going to trade stocks, you need quite a bit more money, unless you're trading options. Options is a little bit cheaper way to get into it too, but futures is nice because you can manage a lot more. There's a lot more you can manage with futures. In these areas, they're kind of big. I actually probably wouldn't draw these areas. These are for the 5 minute, but with how choppy it is, these zones are bigger, right? It's not like we have these little tight little ranges where I can just pinpoint where things are going to go. It's like you could be floating in these areas for a minute. We got a 2-bar break on the 5 minute here. We're still in this long. I'm sorry, the long idea is still in play until this gets snapped out. So they clean up, they'll do a little bit of sweeping here. Chart sweeping. Clean it up a touch. Get rid of this. Well, I should probably keep that actually. I could turn the opacity down on this. Yeah, it's all good. So not in this trade again. I'm flat on the day. Took our trade, and then we've just kind of been sitting on hands. Really tough to read this price action because you could range trade it. Like I said, you can just be like, all right, if it comes down to these levels, I'm going to buy it, and if it goes around these levels, I'm going to sell it, even though you probably would have got stopped out on that one. And you can just be like, all right, let's just play it back and forth. Sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. Maybe got stopped out. Comes back in, sell again. Buy here when it touches. This would be a good range trade day here, especially if you know it's going to be choppy. Like I've been saying, we're expecting a lot of chop. I'm expecting it to go range bound all day today, and that's because of the options market. Because I'll make a video on options and how they affect the markets, especially the Nasdaq. But for right now, my theory is because of the options market. They affect, especially the indexes, a lot. Yep. A lot of people are having rhythmic issues, Tracy. They're recommending no trading on rhythmic until they're done. The big thing with rhythmic, Tracy, is bracket orders too. So if you have brackets on, like stop losses and take profits, usually adjusting those and those getting hit, they'll either not get hit. Uh-oh, dog's got a squeak toy. That's not good. They'll either not get hit, or when you try and adjust them, I don't know if that clogs the research or I'm sorry, research. It clogs the servers or not, but I notice when I'm taking my orders, I just don't put a stop loss. I know that's really sketch, but it executes a little better for me on rhythmic. And usually I don't really have stop losses anyways because I'm trading the footprint. So I make that adjustment on the fly when I'm trading my pro account. All right, 5 minute has a bit of a break here. I may be interested in taking this one.
Order
Oh, I
filled.
did not want to go with 2 though. Let's bring that down to 1 here.
Order filled.
There we go. Let's bring that down. I'm gonna put my stop above this candle. We'll see if we get a little bit of a pop down here. I'm not technically supposed to be with the upwind, but with this market, we're gonna see if I can get it down here. Again, we need to get below these sellers here. We could just scoop right back up to the up range, but I think we've tried a few times to get above these levels and it's not working. So take a little position here. So again, I'm looking here. My stop's gonna be roughly up here. Take profit's gonna be right here. I'm more confident in the 5 minute today for sure. This is where my confidence is lying. Setups have been decent. This setup worked beautifully, right? This trap worked beautifully. And then once we got up here, the 15-minute play was in play. So this trap I didn't take because the 15-minute trap was in play, but it didn't work. I don't usually execute traps on 15 minutes unless it's an extremely choppy day. Mind you, I might actually, it's probably a good thing I take a peek at the 15-minute real fast. So huge engulfing bar. Well, it didn't engulf all the way, but engulf most of this previous bar. We could just see it honestly run all the way back up here again. I might need to, it's been looking messy on the 15-minute. I need to look at the 30-minute here. Yeah, today may just be one of those days where it's like we might want to break out of one of these ranges before we try and do anything crazy. Keep it very light, one contract. Nothing too crazy. Now again, for the range trade, if we wanted to buy and sell these zones, right? We got 2 players here. We got sellers interested in pushing that down here. We got buyers interested in pushing it up here. We could, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to range for, but it may, it's going to go back and forth until it doesn't. So, so me selling right at the bottom of these levels is an interesting point. But I took that because of a 2-bar break off this level here. So my stop is going to be a few points above this. 42. Might just go up a touch here. And I'm okay taking a stab at it today. On the 5 minute, not on the 1 minute. But we noticed we just bounced right off this level and drifting back up. Probably get stopped out right here, and then it just come back down. And stop me out again, and then back and forth. So we are putting in higher highs, and we're putting in higher lows, which so far is contextual for bullish, right? This is our higher high here. Even though I'm shorting it based off a little price action setup here, that's something to keep in mind as well. And technically, this trade is still intact. 2 on the 5-minute, which we didn't take because of the 15-minute context. That's not right. I have that level marked up here. I said I wasn't going to take a trade unless we broke this, but after this disgusting price action again, I'm like, you know, buyers could just eat it up again. It's true, but I have a feeling we could test these lows before we move up again. Let's see. Very small, 1 micro, risking about $100, 50 points. We'll see here. Uh-oh.
You pick a McDouble.
I don't have ads on a YouTube, on my other YouTube, so that was interesting. Get back to the one that actually has no ads here. Let's see here. Watch this go down. A little bit of a bear trap on the 1 minute. Between these two bars, I have to, my mouse isn't really checked here, but broke out of these bars, tried to go lower, came back. So broke out of the bodies, came back to the bodies. Small upside potential, small upside potential. Probably only up to maybe like right here. So what is that, 25 points? No, that's not 25 points, half of 25 points. 16 points. No, 18 points. Give me a second here. Get some music back on here. All right, shouldn't be ads on this one. Should be better. There we go. All right. Small trap to the long side. Again, I'm not touching the 1 minute. What do I do here? I'll get rid of this anyways. I have my both in here. All right. Small trap. Let's see if it worked out. In a choppy market, you might just go 1.5. That would have worked out, yeah. In choppy contexts, 1.5 is the way to go. I'm gonna tone down this music a touch too, a little bit. It's hard for me to hear it, but on your end. Let's see. Better. All right, so we got that tap. Barely. If you're trading a live account, you might not even have gotten that fill. I'm short off this 2-bar here. Get rid of this. Off this 2-bar. It's not a break necessarily, but yeah, something. Picking up to the downside, looking to hopefully add more if we can get some entries here. I will enter short on the 1 minute if we actually get a big, nice, juicy trade here. This might be it. Patience might be paying off here. Patience. Little break here. If this bar goes red, I'm going to add another short. Tough trading day today. I know there's traders out there today that are blowing accounts. I guarantee it. Today's tough. It is not an easy day. Yesterday was an easy day. Yesterday was just easy. Oh, it's going down. Let's go down. Oh, it's starting to go up. Let's play the up. Let's continue to play the up all day. Here? Yeah. Which way is it going? Where are we going here? Another little trap here on the 1 minute. Not going to take it to the upside. Again, we're in a 5-minute short setup, so I'm only looking to add into the short position. This is technically another trap to the upside. A mini trap. And we'd be looking for probably another 1.5. Oh, come on. 151. If it goes up a tick, then, you know, whatever. Telling you, I made that video on the trap. If you haven't seen it, how do we find trap traders? Go check it out. It talks about a couple different things. I didn't go too in depth. I will have some more in depth videos about how to identify the quality of setups, and that one will change the game, because it's easy to say, okay, there's trap traders here, you know, go long, go short, but context matters a ton. Context is everything. What environment are we in? What areas are we in? Are we in a strong uptrend, strong downtrend? Are we consolidating? Is there a bigger context, right? And then if you really wanted to solidify your analysis, which I don't think is necessary, sometimes I think it creates more noise, is you could read the footprint, read order flow, and see how it's reacting at the levels. All right. Again, I'm short. I'm not long. I'm just saying this is the one short idea. But since the 1 minute's getting ran through so much, and we have some 5-minute context short,
I would not take this trap. I'm just marking it out to see if the idea would work. Because if things start cleaning up on the 1 minute and the trading ideas start working, I'll start probably, well, I'll definitely feel a little bit more confident playing the short side, adding into the short. So let's see, we'll throw down a little bit of context on this 1 minute bar here too. Let's see. Constant fake break on 1 minute. It's great, right? Dude, it's all crazy. Today is just wild today. Maybe some of this context here might be able to do something here. Two little tight ranges on the 1 minute. We'll see if we can make a play here. If this next bar goes red, I'm gonna add another to the short. I mean, the whole day is wild. You look at the price action today. It is not pretty. It's really tough to trade. We took a couple stabs early in the day with the 1 minute. They weren't working out great. And when I started, but the theory was we're going to be in chop after that huge move. Market makers are going to be looking to get some of that money back on options. The money they probably lost on some options. Going to be trying to keep this market tight. This bar's red. I'm going to add another. All right, I added another. I'm going to put a stop right here. 30.92. Actually, I should have added 2. I'll add 2.
Order filled.
All right. Where are we at here? A few points here. Let's see. 1, 3, 5. All right, I'm gonna put a couple stops here. We could just 1 minute is gonna be the enemy. But again, we're still in this buy side range here. These guys could just be no interested sellers looking to sell a shorter, and we could just rip back up, hit the stops, come all the way back up to this range, hit it again. But I think we've done it enough. So peaceful oil. Let's see oil. So peaceful, that's funny. Yeah, no, you're right on that. Still a little bit of consolidation on the 1 minute, but let's see here, 5 minute. Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful take here. Footprint would have been beautiful for that read. And then what is that? Since 9:30, yeah. Still not too peaceful in the morning though. But once it got the break, it held the break. Yeah, you probably started to see a slowdown. Probably around this level. This was probably like a key level. Once it came back into this range, it was probably like a level where you cut it. Maybe look to get back in, but don't get me wrong. NQ, we're frenemies. But I like the excitement. I don't know. Excitement. I don't know if it's excitement. I think that because of the way it moves, because of the setups that I can gain on 1 minute charts, and I feel like there is a lot more opportunities throughout the day for me. And like I said, I struggle with psychology, right? Psychology can be tough. I'm going to take a couple off there.
Order filled.
That was the idea of this 2 bar here. Where are we at? Why does this look different? Oh, this is a 5 minute. Like, wait a second here. All right. Speaking of 5 minute though, if this thing breaks here, I'm going to add another short. All right. So we took a couple off there, and the reasoning is we wanted. I would not have taken these off had it not be for a really choppy day, but we perfectly hit the 1-to-1 here. 23 points. I didn't actually measure it. I got distracted looking at oil. But yeah. Yeah, the idea is with oil, you only get maybe 1 or 2 trades a day, right? And they're good trades, but at the end of the day, you say, okay, I'm just done. I just need my 1 trade and I'm done. That's true. But what are you trying to do really? The more opportunities you have, the quicker you can reach your goals if you can execute them properly. So if Nasdaq is offering me On the 5 minute, 6 opportunities a day to 10, 6 to 10 opportunities a day. And on average, I'm hitting 80% of those on the 5 minute. Mind you, that's just the 5 minute. I'm getting about 20, 30 opportunities a day on the 1 minute when we're trading in a good conditions. Not only does that help me with my psychology, knowing that I can shake off a trade, the day's not over because I took a bad trade, but when I'm just jabbing in the market, I'm not just trying to, go for some haymakers. It makes you stay conditioned. Psychologically, I can shake off a 1 minute trade, no problem. 1 minute trade didn't work out, hey, no worries. On to the next one. There's going to be 20 more opportunities today. But on oil, I take 2 back-to-back losers, flipping a keyboard. It's going crazy. You're like, what? It's not working. All right. Let's see here. Actually, we got to keep it on this 5 minute. 5 minutes about to close here. If this has a huge bottom wick on the 5 minute, I'm not taking this adding short. If anything, I'm actually going to probably move this stop down here. Where were we at? Here? Here. Yeah, if anything, I'm moving my stop down there. Want a little bit of meat on this. I don't want the wick bigger than half. If it's bigger than half, I don't want it. 15 seconds. Let's see what happens here. This is a little bit too restaurant sushi vibes for me. I change this when I get there. All right, there we go. Let's skip that one. That one made me hungry. Yeah, not gonna add to that. Not adding to that, but we did break with 2 bars, so I might add. I might take it if we retrace a little bit though. Get a little bit better price on it. Looking for that 40-point move down to the 221s. That is just not on a day like today. On a day like today, this is just not good enough for me. Delete this area, by the way, even though we're in it. Let's clean up the chart a little bit. All right. Is this 5 minute? Yeah, it's 5 minute. All right, let's hold on here. Some 1 minute context. We broke out of the 1 minute. We took a little bit of advantage of that opportunity there. And I think this is gone anyways. That's gone. That's gone. This is here to the upside. Where are we at here? Right here. Strong sellers here. Volume increasing here. Even though it was increasing to the sell side, it should have moved more with that much volume. Saying that there was probably some absorption. And there was real sellers, but they were getting, someone was stepping in and scooping them up. They're selling into somebody that was thick. Five minutes not pretty. Let's take a look at the 15 minute just for a sake of context. Oh, if this bar goes green back up to here, that will be a 15-minute bear trap. Needed to go to the bodies though. Come back up to, preferably up here. Came back up to the 90s. What do we got? 7 minutes left. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Going to keep an eye on that. Oh, we broke out of that range too. I'm gonna cut this trade if this bar goes green. Could reverse it. I'm not going to. I just get stopped out here. Yeah.
Order filled.
Cut that one. All right. Little winner there. Not too bad. That was a little tricky. Ended up taking it. It was a good thing I took a couple at the pre-market lows there and It's another reason why I didn't take the trend. Actually, 5-minute trend. I said trend break, right? 5-minute trend break up to these upsides. I maybe could have actually held that one. Because I said I wanted to get better price on that break. Oh, man. See too many ideas going on today. Just going to chill here. Again, 1-minute context. This is an area of importance right here. And we need to break it below it with strength. Here is another area here. And notice we trapped here. That's a bull trap on the 1 minute. Still not going to touch it yet, but that would have been the good price to re-enter. And then we could have looked at taking those 20. So that was a blunder on my part. I executed poorly there. I was looking a little too narrow. I had two other ideas that were working well. The 15-minute shouldn't be going back to that trap now, especially if that's selling. When they sold into that buying, that's a... Man, real tricky day. How are we doing today anyways? Nothing? Nothing today? What does that even mean? I don't know what that means. All right, let's see. How do I drag this here? Just give me, oh, because it's saying the 15th. Okay, there we go. Day to day. 45% win percentage. Kind of tight today. Had a couple good winners though. A couple good trading ideas. We were able to reverse some really quickly. Profit factor is 1.8. That's really solid. Yep, we just hit the right moves. That was what was important so far. Chilling here. This is why I'm not re-entering. Once I've made a decision, unless I'm making that decision instantly, if it takes me like 20 seconds to get back into a trade, 30 seconds to get back into a trade, and we've already moved away, you start revenge trading. If you're like, oh man, I should have been in the short, and I'm like, oh well, maybe I'll look to enter again, to get back down to the downside, and then all of a sudden this candle happens, and then you're like, oh shoot, well, how do I feel about being in this short now? Gonna get straight dumpstered on me again, and so psychology wise, it's totally okay. If you blundered, that's again. If this was oil and I blundered and I tried to get back in and I'm like, oh, I missed the move. This sucks. I'm gonna get in a little higher, and then it goes against you. You're like, oh, this is horrible. But with trading the 1 minute, 5 minute, oh my God, this morning's young. We got a lot of opportunities. We just want to make sure they're quality opportunities. We want to make sure we're trading in a quality environment. And today's a really, oh man. I will be shocked to see, unless they just took one trade that ended up working, I bet you just as much people took one trade with them, just as many traders got it against them. Not an easy day to trade today. Like really, really not an easy day to trade today. Unless you're range trading. Then it's a beautiful day. It's like your dream. It's a range trader's dream. It's looking ugly on every chart. When does it start getting clean here? Hour? 4 hour? 4 hour. All right, 4 hours a little cleaner. Huge couple candles, a little bit of a retracement. I mean, from a 4 hour perspective, there's still 2 hours left in this candle. Still looks bullish. It's like it tried to go lower, got eaten back up to this range here. Tried to go down again and got eaten, putting in a higher low, right? And a higher high. On the 4 hour, bullish. We're looking at the daily. Daily is to have this trend to worry about here. This big guy, which we tapped it and rejected. That's probably why we rejected off so hard. Tapped that. Let's see. see it a little bit better here. And then we have this one. So maybe there's still a little bit more range. Could come up to the 540s today if we do that. Ooh, let's go back, jump back to the 5 minutes, see if we can get a little setup here. Oh, no, we don't want to hear. Want to hear. All right. Get rid of the zone up here. Oh, not that one. And then we have our top trend to worry about too. I really haven't been taking trends on the 1 minute, but we do have trends here. Trends have been really tough to trade today too. If you were to take, let's say you were to take a trend, I like taking 2 bars to the downside. You would have got eaten here. You would have got eaten there. You would have got eaten there. You would have got, you might have, no, you would have got eaten there too. Every single trend break failed today on the 1 minute. So, yeah. I think we took 1 or 2, but I think we took 1. And once it failed and another trade failed, I said, okay, 5 minute only. Let's take a step back, start reading some order flow. I even took an order flow trade today up here. Which was the order flow trade I took? I don't remember. Maybe, it was this one, I think. I think I took this long here. I think. I'll have to go watch the video again. Again, these 2 areas, right? Kind of going back and forth, having a hard time breaking below it. Yep. This level's done anyways, but I'll still put the zone here. If you guys want, I can throw up rhythmic. Check out a little bit of footprint. Since we're just chopping around, why don't I do that? We're just chopping around anyways. I'll keep an eye on the 5 minute. Still got a few minutes left in this candle. I can't really make a decision anyways for the next like 7 minutes. So let's look here. Here's our footprint. So this is kind of the same zone. Remember, this is, if I was to, those purple boxes are basically marked here. And the other ones were marked way up here. Way up here, like, let's see here. Way out here. It's marked at the 300s. Not that high. Right here. So this is me marking them without the footprint. But let's see. Let's see what's going on with the footprint. Actually, that is a little too zoomed in. Just need to get here. Here we go. So aggressive sellers coming in. By the way, I'm still keeping my eye on the charts for the 1 minute and the 5 minute. What about the 15 minute? Nah, the 15 minute, I bet you didn't even come back to, what time is it? 9:02? Yeah, the 15 minute looked horrible, I bet. Okay, sellers breaking this, cracked it. Tried to take it lower, but when we get down here, even though there were strong sellers, actually the delta was negative, meaning that there was more aggressive sellers than buyers. The candle still went up. So this is a clue to say that, okay, maybe there's some absorption happening at these levels. Then the delta flipped, max delta 308. So this could be a buying opportunity here, right? Strong buyers came in again, max delta slowed down a little bit here. More sellers stepped in at these levels, still ripped up though, ate them. Then we have a max delta here, or close to a max delta. The problem is now when you have a ton of volume here, but it can't get above these levels. There's no interested buyers above here, not even a little bit. That starts to get a little bit spooky for the long. So you may look to, once the sellers kind of step in a little bit heavy, you might want to put a stop like maybe at below this 270 level. which it would have stopped. Boom. So you would have hit, you would have got your buy roughly here, stop roughly here. So I don't know how many points that is, but we'll just say probably right here. I would say realistically, you probably got to fill. Realistically, probably right here. 288 came up, didn't continue, got your exit at 298. So 10 points. 10 point scalp there. Rejected lower, and then we're gonna see. All right, strong sellers are coming in, still some buyers. Delta's really negative, right? Minus 300. Almost max delta, almost max delta, almost max delta. This is the well, it says minimum delta, but the maximum sellers. It closed close to the maximum sellers. It closed close to the maximum sellers. All these candles, right? Besides this one. And notice that again at this level where there was previous absorption here. By the way, I'm still watching the 1 minute and the 5. There's nothing I can do right now when we're in these two ranges. Because we're range bound, right? So when we get back down here, notice that these guys got absorbed again. So there was some absorption here, absorption here. Now we're starting to see, okay, there's a buyer. For us to take this short, we need real sellers to come in here. And they're just not able to do it. They try and come down, they get eaten up. And they're continuing to get eaten up. So when this happens, when sellers are getting eaten, when you're playing rhythmic, you could play the bounce, right? Because you're actually seeing it happen. I need to narrow this bar out a little bit here. I put this as a theory. Really, the volume's right here. Nice and tight. Buyers tried to step up above it. Failed. Came back between these two ranges. So, anyways, this is just continuing to happening. Again, aggressive sellers here. They just can't sell below. There's no selling interest below it. And then when you do have selling interest below it, there's just as much buying interest. This candle finished negative. Shorts are trapped again. So, shorts are trapped. Buyers stepped in. Thin, real thin. So this is just, you can just transfer this info over here. This is pretty thin too. You can kind of just add these all up to this bar over here. Comes up no buying interest. Put these levels. So it's just kind of stuck. If you see the volume profile, all the volume's right in the middle. The point of control is right here. This is where most of your volume is. So the market is content. Sellers are content selling above. Buyers are content buying below, or is making a very tight market, right? Until we break below here a little bit. And this is where real sellers started to step in right here. So you could have, in theory, taken a short right here. I am still watching the 1 and the 5 minute, by the way. Real sellers stepped in here. You could have taken the short, right? And put your stop maybe above. Let's see here, where was the real seller stepping here? Maybe above these levels again, right? Maybe like right here. Just because there might be a little bit of a thin market. Buyers try to step in. This wouldn't make me feel good when this candle's trapped here. But as soon as I saw these sellers step in, I would probably be short. But as soon as it got absorbed a little bit, I'd be like, I don't know how I feel about this one. But no buyers took it up. No real buyers. Strong sellers started coming in, right? Again, even here, the delta's still negative. There's a little bit of absorption, but you can pretty much transfer this data over here. These are pretty much in the same range. Still watching the 5 minute and the 1 minute, by the way. So we continue lower. Strong sellers here. And then as soon as we had the strong sellers here get absorbed back up to this range, this is probably the area where you get out right here. So once you see these almost 1,000 sellers down here get absorbed and kind of come back up to this range here, you get out about right here, right where the strong buyers started coming in. So that would have been, I mean, if you would have got the fill here, I'm sure you could have got a decent fill here because it was probably down here for a minute before it came up. So 73 down to 57, roughly 15 points. So a couple different ways to trade it. Now let's see what's happening live. So we're coming up to these levels. It's looking very disgusting. Let's see here, a little bit of context. No real sellers, not really any real buyers yet. Buyers are starting to pick up as we get up to these levels. Buyers are picking up. And buyers are stepping in a ton here. Max delta, huge buying. Can't get buyers above these levels. So now we're starting to reverse they could be trapped again. Really, the aggressive, a little bit more aggressive buying started happening right here. So we're going to see if these buyers are still serious right now. Or is there going to be aggressive selling below here? We had a huge absorption here, right? Buyers and sellers stepped in above this area. So we're going to see. We're going to come back up here again. Or is there going to be not a lot of buying interest up here? Start to pick up. Buying interest is picking up for sure. Pretty big delta. Again, we need buying interest above these levels. Strong buying interest. Pretty big delta candle there. Little bit of a bear trap on the 1 minute. Just closed. The 87. So I said bear trap. Realistically, though, there is bears trapped here, right? Up at this levels, bears trapped here. So even though I can't see this with the price action pattern, there are bears trapped here, and the buyers are stepping in ahead of them. So realistically, if we were to take this long on the 1 minute, I'm charting it, you can't see it, but if we were to chart it right now, if I was to actually take this 5 minute, we'd be looking to come up to the 15 area, which is up here. So the entry would have been at 87, which is right here, which is about exactly where you would almost want it to be. And we'd be looking to come up to the 15s. So I'm not taking this trade because we're stuck between these two ranges, but it's going to be fun to watch. Strong buying, trapped. These guys are for real trapped now. Along with their nephews and their cousins, the 400 over here. We just need buying interest above here. And this is the reason why I'm not taking this trade, is because I want buying interest above here. We're just chopping. But there is a trap on the 1 minute. The trap has failed at the stop, which would be below these trap sellers. So there you go. That's a little bit more of an in-depth view of the trap. See if we get buyers above these levels here. Entry would have been right here on the price action pattern. So this is why I'm saying the footprint, it's great. It's great for understanding. You get to see a little bit more of a clear picture, but I don't think it's always necessary for trading. Sometimes it could be a little tough to read. You might be getting conflicting signals, and that could be difficult. By the way, no buying interest up here, right? We're rejecting off this range that we've been rejecting off of this whole last however long it's been. So will buyers step up here? Oh, here they are. We need buying interest here though. Remember, this is the take profit right here on that trap. We got two buyers. I don't think that's gonna take us. 300 buyers up here getting absorbed. Some sellers starting to step in. No, buyers are still outweighing them. Oh yeah, now you got buyers trapped at this closes. Oh baby. I'm telling you, if you were to play the range today, you'd be the man. But this is probably a footprint dream. I may do that when I think of because the footprint's just telling you where levels are, who's buying off what. You could just see everything. And for range bound days, it's fantastic because unless the range bound is like new highs and then they're getting trapped and then it's constantly making like new highs and stuff. But when it's kind of like these tight little quick ranges, it's actually not bad. Need buying interest here. Buyers, you could just transfer all this data over here to that candle. I mean, it is a new it's fresher data, but it's still under this context. Buyers are trying again. Ooh, oh, it's getting slammed. All right, let's see. Here's our real sellers here. These are the trapped guys down here that we're worried about. not worried about, but 600 trappies down here. And then we have our previous buyers here that are going to look to support that area. Let's see. All right, I need to change the music. Too much saxophone in the morning for me. Go a little bit more housey. A little bit more house. Oh. Okay. All right. Mellow groove. There we go. Flavor Trip. Love these guys. Let's see. Let's see if they spin us a good one this morning. Sellers getting absorbed here too. Big sellers came in, but they got chewed up. Now that's giving confidence to buyers here. Actually, I might just take one here. I might take one because of the absorption that happened here. That's going to give buyers confidence, and I'm going to look to try and get out here. So I entered here. The micro, look at buyers stepping in now. Right? This got to move. With how many buyers is here, this has got to move. Because if this is not going to move off this many buyers, that's absorption to the upside. This has got to move. Lot big. And I'm going to cut that. Even though there's a lot of buyers up here at these levels, for me, it needed to move quick. I may have just missed it, but for me, I don't like seeing 1,100 traders happen here above these levels because it feels like they're getting absorbed. Someone's selling into that area. Even though there is buyers, don't get me wrong. It's just right here. This is kind of like what was happening before up at that other level, right? Where, all right, we have 1,500. This thing needs to jet off of this. But this is still the trap take profit from earlier. If you would have taken just the pure price action. The entry was at 87. I say you were, I'm saying theoretically, general, if the strategy was to take it. 87. My stop was at 15. Or take profit, sorry. Stop was at 70. So 87 in, 70 stop, and then take profit right up here at the 15 level. No real sellers comparatively to the buyers. That's nice. Well, they're starting to step in a little bit now, but this is giving a little bit of confidence right here for the buyers. Still need to get above these levels though. And we do it. So once this trade is over, I'm flipping back to the price action because we would officially be broke out of our levels. And we can actually start looking to try and trade this. I mean, I did take a little stab here on my Rhythmic account, but yeah. Look at that. A little PTSD from earlier. More trappies. Buyers are still trying. It's great floor for buyers. There's just not enough sellers anymore. But there's a ton of absorption up here, which means there's a big seller here. Buyers are trying to take them out. Look at that. You just want to go short. I just want to go short. Oh, it's close. It's a really tough read here. I'm going to take a short here for fun. Put a tight stop up at the 15 level. Well, I'm not going to actually put a stop up. I'm just going to close the position if it goes against me. I'm trading a micro. I'm going to look to just take profit ahead of this down here if it comes down to this level. Just off the footprint. The theory is a lot of absorption here. Real big player here. Can't get above these levels right here. Having a hard time getting above these levels. Buying interest tried. They're still trying. But with how many buyers are happening here, I would expect it to fly up already. With it not flying up, I mean, this, when you have buying kind of stepping in lower, though, that's giving confidence for the buy to the upside here. Because you have buyers here. They're not super trapped yet. Because we're in a real tight range, right? Only a few points. But again, I would expect it to go, if with that much volume, I would expect it to just fly. Notice our new point of control's up here. It's flipped on us. It went from down here, flipped up here. Usually when point of control flips, there's ideas for the short side. That's a theory. On the price action with the 1 minute and the 5 minute, it's tough. It's a tough read. It is not clear. Let's see. 600, 600. Shorts just got eaten there. Aggressive sellers came in. They kind of got absorbed. We'll see. Well, and again, it's tough to say absorption when we're in a tight little range here of 4 ticks. We'll know for sure if we start breaking out these areas. I'm going to start removing some of this. Yeah, here we go. Bubbles here. 700 sellers now getting absorbed. If this doesn't move down now, I'm going to say this is kind of crazy. Sellers stepping in because now the sellers are kind of getting chewed too. There's a big buyer stepping in. We're like in a real tight range here between buyers trying to eat this up and a seller up here. I'm going to close this position with how many sellers happen there. I think this is going to be fascinating, but now I'm saying there's quite a bit of sellers now that should have taken this lower. This buyer looks pretty intense. I think the selling should have happened already. All right, here's our key levels. I'm gonna flip back to the regular chart now, though, and we're gonna see how ugly this looks. I bet you it's ugly. Oh yeah, more trumpet. I think I'm kind of done with trumpets today. I want something a little bit more. What we got? Oh, I wonder if Parcels will let me listen to their stuff. I'm not sure. Want something more housey than this. I'll just skip the song. Give me that disco. That's what I want. Give me some disco. Fresh it up a little bit. All right. So here's your beautiful chart. I don't know if you guys see this, but doesn't that look pretty? Just a bunch of engulfment everywhere, right? We saw what was happening on the footprint. It looks like they're going to try and push it up again. That's the beauty about footprint, though. You get to see it. But also at the same time, need trap music for the trap strategies? We might do it, dude. Yeah, Tracy, it's all good about your trading. Yeah, market orders are the way to do it. Yeah, trap music would be hard, dude. I don't know how I would even find trap music. Oh, yeah, YF. I figured it was. This goes a little heavy, dude. I'm feeling about to slide across this living room right now. I'm about to just slide into that kitchen, dude. Whip me up a old cocktail with this mustache I got going on right now. Flip up my collar. No kid, dude. It's got everyone dying right now, dude. I'm glad I'm not the only one. See, I'm telling you, dude. So our short trap here would have worked, right? The idea. The bear trap here on the 1 minute would have, I mean, okay, 1 tick. Let's be real. This says 1.74. You're taking that. I'm sorry. By the way, if this candle goes green, I'm going long. I'm scared to go long, actually. I'm not going to lie. But I will go long. It's been a while. Almost sneezed there. This candle needs to go green. Nope, that's not green. That's not green. 1 tick away from the take profit. And a doji at the top. Oh boy. Why does this feel like it's just like It feels like seller suppression. Like buyers are here, buyers are loving it. They're eating this market, but it's like market makers are like, nope, we're dumping it, dumping it, dumping it. We don't want this thing to go up today. We want it to stay in this range. We want to kill the premiums. We want to sell you as much puts as possible, and then we're gonna let it go. Oh my goodness, look at this. I'm telling, days like today, market makers, in my opinion, this is a theory, market makers are trying to, all right, I can't do this music either. I might just chill out on music for a little bit. Let's see here. Give me something, I need to change it up altogether here. Catronata, I wonder if they'll even let me use their stuff. Probably not. Catronata is probably too big. Maybe. I don't want to get this video clapped. Let's just take a break from music. We'll chill for a little bit. I only have about 15 minutes left anyway, so. Oh, actually, let me make sure they didn't reschedule. If this bar goes green, by the way, that's another bear trap. I got a couple appointments here. Bear trap on 1 minute. I'm not taking it. Yep. I might call it here. I think I'm going to have to jump at the shower anyways. That's bear trap on 1 minute, by the way. Idea is still the same here. Broke out of, let's do this before I leave. Broke out of all of this candles here. Right. Tried to go lower, rip back up in the range. I released a video on this trap again. Go check it out. 1.5 in a choppy day. That 1.5 from earlier would have got filled too. But all right, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. It's tough. I mean, if anything, take a break from today. Wait until we actually break out of, I'll show you. You break out of these ranges here. You break out of this. Really, you need to break out of this down here, to be honest with you. Break out of this. You break out of this. It may be a little easier for you to trade. Or you could trade the, and when I say you, I'm saying collectively. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a trading professional. You want to trade at your own risk. But these are some zones here that you people could look at, and they may look at and be like, hey, this might be an interest where we want to sell. This may be an interest where we want to buy, and we just range all day. I think I called it this morning. Watch this video back, and I said today, because of the huge rip yesterday, I think we're going to try and either push it lower, and they're going to bring it back to the range, chop around, and then they're going to try and push it higher and bring it back to the range, chop around. Now, because of the day we had yesterday, that's what they're going to try and do. I'm assuming. This is an assumption. By the way, that trap, look at that. Another trap, guys. Come on now. Watch the trap video. Watch the trap video. Like it. So send it to everybody you know. We're killing traps out here. All kind, bull traps, bear traps, we're eating. Our freezer is full right now of traps. I would probably take, as soon as I get a little retracement, I'd probably take that because I'm not dealing with the price action. So I'd be like, boop, right there. That's it. I'll take that. Thank you. 14 points. So yeah, that's the day to day. So a couple good ideas. If you want to rewatch it, see how we kind of stayed out of the price action today. You can see a couple trades that I took earlier. We had our big trade of the day. The big trade of the day was right here. This is why we're positive. Just going to go over that really, really fast. We are positive right now because 1 minute was looking disgusting. So I scratched off the 1 minute. I said, I'm not dealing with it. I think I took a move out of this break here or something. I tried to go lower. We got eaten immediately. And then I took a 5 minute trap. Beautiful, beautiful. I love taking traps when they break out of pre-market lows, try to go lower, rip all the way back up, into the range above pre-market lows. So we took this long, and I think we were looking for 1.5. We didn't actually take it up there. As soon as I saw, I think it was around here, right? As soon as I saw absorption happening here on the footprint, remember I zoomed in on the footprint, and I was saying, yeah, we're only looking to go long, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was either here or we took it here. I don't remember. But nonetheless, I took one contract here, and then I think I took another one somewhere up here, another one or two. I think I took two more. And the idea was to get up here. As soon as there was tons of absorption here, I cut, I think, two of them. And then I think I closed the trade eventually. I closed the trade somewhere down there. But we ended up positive off that move. That was the only trade. And then everything else, here was another trap from earlier. But I was talking about how the context of the 15-minute, 15-minute, this is a bear trap, bull trap on the 15-minute. So I said, I'm not taking this because, again, I'm looking for it to at least come up to here or here. So notice we would have got stopped out on that trade. By we, I'm saying me and my strategy. Would have got stopped out on that trade. So I didn't take it. Good thing I didn't take it, right? And then we came down here again. We had a little bit of a break here. This is one of our first breaks right here. First breaks right here. I took two contracts. I took one contract on the break. I took another two on another zone down there break. By the way, we're moving. Moving. Look at this. It's getting a little cleaner now. See how it's kind of getting a little cleaner, not as engulfy and wicky anymore? The conditions might ripen here. Still, I wouldn't say yet, but if you look at all the price action, it's kind of like this move here, and then just disgustingness. But the conditions may ripen again. We ended up taking some of that. I took some around. I took some ahead of pre-market lows. Oh, I think I took two. That's right. On this trap, I took two ahead of the pre-market highs because I said there was going to be some resistance around this area, which there was. And then I think I left one runner. I think that's what happened. So I took a tight here. I took one, I think, around pre-market lows, and then the other one, I think it ended up getting stopped out above, up here somewhere. But I took two down here, took a quick little trade. I think I only made like 15 points on that. But now right here, if I had to leave, say, what would the analysis be before going to work? I would say we'd be looking for a trend break somewhere. This bar goes green, we'd have somewhat of a trend break on the 5. Be here. I wouldn't even be looking at the 1 minute today. Don't even look at the 1 minute today. Oops. Don't even look at the 1 minute today. 15-minute don't even look good. But 15-minute at least has a little bit of context here. Here's the 15-minute trap. I mean, 15-minute kind of price action. So days like today, when it's really, really, really choppy, go higher time frame. Kick it up. If you're used to trading the 5-minute, go to the 15-minute. You're used to trading the 15-minute, go to the 30-minute. Whatever it is, just kick it until it looks like you're getting some data out of it. It's really tough. Today we're at an inflection point. Top trend, downtrend, right? Bottom pivot, top pivot. We could probably be in this range for the next. What time is it? 12:30. We could be in this range for the next hour, at least. Right there. There's your algo suppression. I'm calling it. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So that's the analysis for the day. Thanks for guys for joining me this morning. Hope you guys traded well. It was really tough. Tracy, I'm sorry about that rhythmic issue. Again, the bracket orders are kind of, they're a safety net normally, but in rhythmic, they're a kind of an assassin. They want to take you out too, right? They'll turn on you at any moment. But anyways, enjoy the morning with you guys. Take care. Hope you trade well. Again, I'd be looking either I would be looking to play a little bit of a trend break and a play out of these zones. Either one. Probably, yeah, if we actually broke below it with some bodies below these zones. So this is it from like that 820s to the 47 and from the pre-market highs to Just about in this range, the 80s probably. Break above 80s. That's where you might get some opportunity. Other than that, there's always another day, right? Tomorrow's a new day. We can shake off today if you didn't trade well or you got jacked up a little bit by the volatility. Not volatility, the just tough conditions. I did film yesterday, and yesterday we murdered it. It was crazy. 92% accuracy. A bunch of levels. I actually took the videos down because, again, I don't want to get kind of plagiarized yet on the strat fully. So I'm going to be teaching basic concepts and slowly start scaling into more data as the channel grows. But if any of you guys have any questions, you could DM me, and I'll try within a reasonable time to explain some concepts. The hard thing about this strategy is that all the rules are like in layers, and to trade it, you need to know it in layers. So you can't just go in the middle of it and start taking ideas, because you're going to start taking things out of context, and it can get really challenging. So my strategy that I like using is it's basically layer based. So as time goes on, I'll be releasing more information, how to read markets. I talk about the footprint. You're getting a lot of information, and you can develop your own strategies based off that information too. It's great, and really the information I'm getting is from different traders, from Al Brooks, from different ideas that I've watched over time. So I have 7 years of trading experience, reading price action. I have, I've traded extensions, retracements, Fibonacci's. I've traded price action. I've traded, moving averages, VWAP. I've traded, support and resistance, basic trends, price action patterns, all of them, all the beginning price action patterns. So they can get hard to trade, but if you build a system around it, that's the biggest thing, building a system. But all right, sorry, I rambled on there, went on a little bit of a rant.